she's gonna be freaking awesome. I'm exactly where I need to be. Hey, what's up? It's Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video here on Chats with Michelle. What's up? How's it going? So if you're new to this channel, I pretty much focus on navigating adulthood and pursuing purpose. And in today's video, as you can see by the title, I am going to be focusing on contentment. That is the word for today. So if you're interested, then just keep on watching. So yes, I want to talk about contentment because that has been something that's really been on my heart within the last few weeks. It's contentment. And contentment, the word contentment anyways, is not to be confused for the word complacency. So we got contentment and then complacency, not the same word. And here's what I mean by that. Contentment to me means pretty much, just being at peace at where you are right now in this season. So you're really excited about what's to come, right? Like your future, you're working hard, you're, doing all that you can, just everything to really see the future forward. So you have your future in mind, but then in the same breath, you are also at peace at where you are. And not only are you at peace at where you are, you're taking time to soak it on in, lifting your head up, smelling the roses, just seeing what's around you and not just pretty much overlooking the season that you're in now and just life right now because you're so focused on this future or this goal or this thing or whatever that it is that you are trying to get to or you're supposed to be at by now. And the reason why I think this topic is so important, because I think like nowadays with like social media and everything like that, it's so easy for us to be on the grind and to be hustling. And let me be the first one to tell you, me, her, she, me, Michelle, I've definitely been so guilty of this before. And honestly, it drained me. It made me feel, honestly, in a way inadequate. It made me feel like I wasn't where I'm supposed to be at, and this and that and all this different stuff, and I have to keep going and I have to keep grinding and I have to keep doing everything in my own strength, right? And I just began to feel so, like I said, inadequate. And over the last year, it's so funny, I was talking to a friend and she was just like, Michelle, you just seem so at peace. And I was like, why? I don't know. And you know what it was? And I realized it's because I decided that I'm content. When I sat down and I looked around at everything that I have, just my life, honestly, within the last 3 years, if I had to really sit down and just look at it. And I was just like, you know what? God has been so faithful. Like, honestly, in my life, God has been so faithful. And I know I'm guilty of saying this, like, I'm not where I want to be right now, but da-da-da-da. And let me keep it real. There's some truth to that. Like, there is some truth to that. However, God has been so faithful. And it's not even me saying, oh, I'm faithful because if I compare myself to this person, I'm doing pretty well. It's like, no, when I just look and I see and the things that I've asked for or the things that has just happened, I'm like, man, like he's always taking care of me. And then in that and just, sitting and reflecting and doing all of that, I realized that, you know what, like I'm content, I am a very ambitious person. Anyone who knows me knows this about me. Like, I'm super ambitious, but what was happening is that I was driving myself crazy. And I just, unsubconsciously, not even really realizing, I just took time to kind of like slow down, like not forget. Like, I believe that, God is the one who gave me the vision. And if he gave me the vision, then he'll provide the provision. And guess what? Like, I say that so much, but I don't know if I really took time to really digest it and really believe what I was saying. But as I took time to really sit down and think and look around at my life, I'm like, wow, God has provided the provision. And I would just encourage that to yourself, to really just take a minute to sit and see and really to embrace all that you have now. And it may seem that you don't have a lot, that you may not have a lot. And honestly, a lot is subjective, right? It depends on who you're asking. I'm really big on not saying like, because I think sometimes it's not fair in a sense where it's like, well, you have more than this person, so you should be grateful. I mean, everyone's on their own journeys, on their own path. So it's not so much for you to compare yourself, you're a lot, to someone else's a lot, etc. And it's like I said, contentment is not to be confused with complacency. What I don't believe in, what I don't agree with, is that you should just sit and say you want all these things, but you ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, that is stagnancy at its finest, and I don't believe that. But what I do encourage and what I can say is that you should really just be striving, yes, towards those goals, but also, like I said, just enjoying the season that you're in. I heard this quote recently on Sadie Robertson's podcast, and she said she heard the quote from someone else, and I don't remember who she heard the quote from. So it's not her quote, but I heard this from her podcast. But anyways, it was saying, when you're thinking of yourself, I'm paraphrasing because I'm probably gonna ruin this, but when you're thinking about yourself or you're thinking about your life, right? You should always think of yourself, 10 years past or prior and 10 years ahead. So that, and this was the whole point of it, and I thought it was so profound when she said that. You guys know I love words, and like I love listening to words and people speak, so like that's my jam. But anyways, basically what that means is that, you know, when you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not where I need to be right now, and da-da-da, and like all these different things, and I need to, and all these different things, right? When you do all of that, think of yourself 10 years prior, meaning like, whoa, I've come such a long way from 10 years of who I was just last year, 2 years ago. Like, when I think about myself 5 years ago, whoa. I mean, I think 5 years ago is when I made that video about healing after heartbreak. I am so far removed from that Michelle 10 years ago. And then when I think of myself 10 years from now, right, I'll be like, well, in my 30s by then. Like, I'm like, man, I can't wait to see that girl. She's gonna be freaking awesome. But then when I go here and then I go here, I'm exactly where I need to be. So anyways, that is all that I wanted to share with you today. I mean, it's been something, honestly, I just hadn't had the time to really sit down and, you know, I said this in my last video that you've seen, is that honestly, like, I just really hadn't been excited to do this, you know, to be honest. I just kind of felt this became kind of mundane, and I hadn't really, that's why I've been posting a lot of the reels and just, well, shorts, I guess, on YouTube, and it kind of became mundane and I wasn't really excited about it. But recently, my prayer has been, God, give me passion. Like, if this is what I'm supposed to still be doing, give me passion for it, because I don't feel the passion anymore. You know, I'm just kind of like, I don't really feel like doing it, you know? But to be honest, the last video and then this video that you'll see, which is, you know, right now, I feel passion. I feel excited about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I am still supposed to be doing this. But anyways, that is all for today. As always, if you like this video, you can always give it a like, you can comment, you can share this video if you would like to. You can, of course, follow me on my Instagram account, which is the same as this page, Chats with Michelle _ well, with an underscore. And I will see you guys here in my next video on Chats with Michelle. Bye. Peace out.